Mr. Jiang, the person in charge of this experience center, he will introduce what is 5G and when will 5G come to your daily life. At the very beginning, would you introduce 5G? What are the advantages as compared with 4G? Many consumers have known something about 5G. There are 3 features. You can see on the board that 5G is fast and the speed is much more high. If we download a film, it may be 20 minutes, but with 5G, it only needs 1 minute, high speed. And the second feature of 5G you can see here is low latency, low delay. And previously, when we watch a video or when we play video games, we have the delay or so-called latency. And with 5G, we have low latency. And the third feature you can see here. And previously, we may have the congestion in the stadium or in the railway station because there are limits to the broadband technology. But with 5G, with so many people, we will not have any congestion. So these are the 3 features that all consumers can feel. And in the near future, we may have the application of long-distance healthcare, or we have the auto-driving, the IoT, the connectivity of cars. These kind of things are all applications of 5G. We can also imagine that from 3G to 4G, we cannot expect the mobile payment or the short video or so many convenient applications. And with 4G, we have various amount of new applications. And we may have even more applications beyond our imagination that we cannot imagine today. 5G will change the society. You have just mentioned that 5G will disrupt the society, and you can also see that the 5G can be applied in medical services. And the application of 5G in medical services have been on a trial basis in Shanghai. Would you elaborate on that? In the past, when we have a complicated illness, we will invite the doctor on the spot for the diagnosis or for the operation. And the diagnosis and operation needs to be on the spot. But with 5G, maybe we have the connection or the remote connection, and we can have long-distance treatment. The long-distance control through 5G, and this can be applied for the medical care. For an operation, there is real-time connection. We can connect even to an expert in the US for this operation. This will help people because in the past, we need to wait for the doctor to come to the spot. And with 5G, we may have remote control. From 3G to 4G, we cannot imagine that the shopping can be achieved with one click on your mobile phone. But with 4G, we have the e-commerce, such as Taobao, and so many retailers, they have gone online totally. But with 5G, we may achieve medical services in our home. There are so many things beyond our imagination. We cannot imagine the convenience brought about by 5G. Maybe if you shop, if you see a doctor, you don't need to move out of your house. You can use 5G connection. So all the suppliers or the operators or other companies are all waiting for the 5G because we have so much potential. Would you analyze the trend of 5G? When will 5G arrive? And in June, the commercial licenses were issued, and in our daily life, we have the hint of 5G. And in Shanghai, we will build 10,000 5G base stations. And in the inner city and core commercial centers, we will have the 5G signal. And second, we have certain applications, certain mobile phones, telephones, and VR equipment. We will have them accessible to 5G signals. And for this experience center, we are exhibiting the good applications for 5G. And later on, Shanghai will have 700 outlets with 5G coverage. And the consumers will go to our Suning outlets for an experience of 5G. And for this experience center, we have 5G coverage. You can have a feel of 5G coverage, and with 5G mobile phone or 8K television, all these are based on 5G for their operations. And also, the commercial licenses were issued on the 6th of June, and the first certificate to access this network is issued at the end of July. And we have various kind of terminals. We have not only mobile phones, we have SIM cards, chips, etc. All these will be rolled out at the end of July or the beginning of August. So we can see this is a fast development. So we will invite the staff from this experience center to show us around. So apart from the mobile phone, what are the possible applications of 5G in our daily life? And we have the network testing area. And here we can test 5G and 4G signal. We can test the speed. We will invite all gentlemen to test the speed of 5G and 4G. This is a 5G mobile phone, and this is the mobile phone. He's now using the 4G phone, so we can have the test. I'm holding the 5G mobile phone, and this is the 001 5G mobile phone, and I'm holding a 4G phone, so we can compare the test result. So we are pressing the start button. And here you can see the speed. You can see for the 5G, the speed is really high, and you can also compare. And for 4G, it is 27 Mbps. And for 5G, you can see 744 Mbps. And the highest figure we achieve is even higher than 1,000 Mbps. And on the right, you can see we have the download figure and upload figure. You can also compare. For the upload figure for 5G, it is twice, even 3 times that of the 4G. And if you use 5G mobile phone, you can save 90% of the time. And we have a simple test. For a 2 GB of software, it only takes 30 seconds to download. And we can have this kind of download on the spot. We will download a game. We will download a hot game on the internet. You can see this game is about 2 GB. We will download it. The download has started. We will wait. Actually, the signal is for 4G. We will make certain adjustment. And we will adjust the phone for the download speed. Previously, we mentioned that for July or August, we will have the first rollout of the 5G phone. And for such a 5G mobile phone, what about the price? Will it be much more expensive, and when will these phones come to our daily life? At the current stage, the network coverage is not sophisticated, and we do not have a rich variety of mobile phones. Actually, the price is about 10,000 RMB, but we believe at the end of this year, we will have the phones of 3,000 to 5,000 yuan, and for next year, we will have 1,000 to 2,000 yuan, because all these things will be produced in a large scale, and this will drive the price down. And with 5G coverage and with more consumers accepting 5G, we say the price will go down. Now the price is about 10,000. It is not about the manufacturing cost. It is that we do not have a large scale. And because we do not have a large scale, we have a high per set cost. And with larger scale, we can see the price will go down, and every consumer will have access to even more user-friendly and cheaper 5G phone. And you can see if you observe the mobile phone, you can see the demonstration of 5G signal. And the mobile phone will be used with 5G signal coverage to show the advantages or strength. And you have also mentioned that for the base station, we are accelerating in the construction, and in the future, the coverage will be all around the country. And for this year, Shanghai will have about 10,000 base stations, improving on the coverage at the urban area of Shanghai. And we can see all across the nation, we have 7 to 8 cities building base stations for 5G. So when will we have a roughly full coverage of 5G? I believe that it will not take long because we are stepping up on the construction. And so many municipalities have established the base stations, so we can say the trend will be fast. And we will observe for other applications of 5G. And we can have the exhibition here. So the external look is just similar as 4G, but it is 5G mobile phone. And at the end of June, the first licensed mobile phone is for Huawei Mate 2.0, and it has got the access to the network. And all these phones are not launched in the market, but in end July or early August, they will be rolled out in the market. And at the very beginning of this market launch, the price is not so low. But we got these phones here just for the experience for the customers. And we will then go to the 8K television. So we will summarize. And 5G will have a high speed. And now we are seeing the combination of 5G and 8K television. And we have the enhancement in the definition, resolution, as well as the chronization of the color and voice. And with 5G, we have a higher speed of download and installment. And the color is very vivid with 5G. You can see on the screen the beautiful blue color. And we can see on this TV screen, we have a very good feeling. The image is very good with higher definition. And we have an AI chip which will filter out some distraction point. And why with 5G and 8K, we have this good couple of 5G and 8K. So you can watch the online video, online film, or TV series. We will have certain loading time. But with 5G, we will have lower loading time. And it is like we are on a high-speed railway, and 5G is just like this high-speed railway, and 8K is just like the vehicles on that way. And we can say with a larger file, such as a video or a film, with 4G, the speed may be low and the loading time may be longer. But with 5G, with this high-speed expressway, the loading time will be lower and it will be smoother. You can see very clearly the ant, and you can see also we are so close to the television and we do not have the flash. And this is also a step forward as compared to the previous televisions. And then we will go to the next area, the 5G and the cloud office applications. You can see it is like a desktop, but we do not have a main machine. We do not have hard drive here. It is a computer on the cloud. And you can actually use a mouse, or you can have the remote control operation. And in the future, with this cloud office, we do not need to take a PC, take a laptop, but with a mobile phone or with an iPad, we can have the remote control, remote operation. And if we have this remote control, it will actually facilitate our work at the office. And maybe in the future, the computer will be phased out because we do not need a physical computer. And with the cloud office applications, it is very important now. And a lot of computation or algorithm will have been finished on the cloud. So now we are just seeing a screen, and this can be this is like for the exhibition zone. If you just use a mobile phone, it may not have a good experience. So we actually have the projection on the screen. But in actual use, we only need a mobile phone for the remote control. And we can open up with a click on the mobile phone. We can open WPS. And if you need to write an article or for that, we can see this kind of application. We can have a try on mobile phone here. And with any click, you can use your hand. It is just like you are operating on a computer. And if we close this, we can go back to the desktop. I can also type here on the phone. All the operations will be the same as if you are using a computer. And it is just like if I have this file, I don't need to use a flash disk. I could only save on the cloud. I can upload and save on the cloud. And for Baidu Cloud, it may have the speed limit, but with the 5G network, we will have 70 to 100 Mbps in download, and it is just similar as when we are using a flash disk. It may be even faster. And what I want to ask that for the cloud in the future, maybe we have the limit on the volume on the cloud, or will there be any premium imposed on individuals? We expect there will be charges, but it will depend on different carriers and operators. And maybe we still need to have a screen because on the computer screen we will have more finer images or other UI experiences. Just for mobile phone, we will have the easier operation for some easier stuff, and this is what we will do in the future. And for the office application, we may have different kind of experience. And we have the WPS here, but on the desktop, we have a full potential, various kind of possibilities because it is just similar as a desktop of a computer. And actually, when I use this mobile phone, it is just a normal mobile phone, but we have this module. If you enter into this module, we enter into this kind of online office applications. And later on, for the Word or PowerPoint or other kind of application softwares, we can have them used on the mobile phone, just like what we use today on the computer. And we can download this module with 4G, but with 5G we can have better experience because with 4G we have a delay or latency, and this may have the influence on your experience or on your work effect. So 5G is an important way in this because it reduces latency and improves your experience. And we have another application scene. It is like the combination of 5G and VR, and we have the cloud games. And you can see there is this gentleman playing the video game. You can see this operation here, and we can have a first-hand feeling of how 5G is used for the domestic or at-home recreation. And the requirement for the data will be about 80 gigabyte, and it will require i5 processor and more than 8 gigabyte of internal storage. But if we go online through 5G, this will reduce our requirement on the physical machine, and it will help us to play the video game. And we can integrate in a single application. And for this video game, we will need a specific machine box for playing these video games. But with 5G, we can have more convenient ways of doing so.
一般来说，它也是需要一个硬件支持的。现在硬件支持都是堆在这个一体机上面的。但未来借助5G 的边缘计算能力呢，它的所有的计算也是像云游戏一样，都是在云端去计算下发。你这边只要有一个5G 的终端实时接收就可以了，也是解决了你的。
And with a 5G terminal, we can have the data in real time, and it is like we have better compatibilities for the algorithm. And for VR headset, we do not need to upgrade our hardware, and the headset will become lighter and even faster. With one purchase of a headset, you don't need to spend much more money later. You don't need to upgrade this hardware, and this headset can be used on as long as you have the 5G service on the cloud. And the image you see is like the service you have purchased. With 4G, you can have the 4G quality of image. And these kind of things will not influence the way you use. And if you take on this headset, we have this button here. You can turn it on, and on the right you can see the image. It is like I'm coming into a cinema, and there is a huge space in the front. On the left, you can see the image. I feel I can see the ground, and I can see the scene, the 4-dimensional space. And this is based also on the 5G network. It is real-time download. And if with 4G, it may be less fast, and for it is just like we compare 3G and 4G. Maybe for 5G, you can have ultra high definition video, and this will have no stop. I can describe what I can see in the headset. I see a screen. I can choose the TV series, and I think the speed is very high. And it is like at your home, you choose a TV series. It may not be so fast, but for this 5G headset, it is really in real time, very immediate, and the definition is much higher. And for the download of such video, we rely on the cloud for the computation, and we do not require the computation on the local hardware. And the local hardware is just for the exhibition, and there is lower requirement on the headset. And for 5G, it is even more convenient for us to have even wider applications in the future. And if we have 5G coverage at home and wearing this headset, it is even better than going to the cinema. So I can feel that with 5G era coming, it may be a fundamental change for the film industry. We can see the application of 5G for different scenes in our lives, and 5G may bring fundamental change for the production and consumption in the society. And for 5G, we have the core concept of connectivity of all the things. And we have the smart home. And in the future, if you have one terminal at home, you can get the access to the 5G network, and we have different scenes for the living room, kitchen, toilet, or bedroom. All this can be connected. Before you arrive at your home, you can use this app to control your air conditioner. You can also control your stove. And in the refrigerator, you can check the food. So just with one click on your mobile phone, you can achieve all the above mentioned functions. And all this can be achieved through 5G. We have certain IoT technology, but just with 5G, we have higher speed and we have smarter connectivity, and all these functions are easier to achieve. And in today's experience center, we have the terminals, the existing terminals, and you can see the equipments are just small, but very interesting. You can see this this microphone, and with that, if I speak to it, this is called Little Bill, and I can call it and ask it to turn on the television. And we already have certain equipment which can answer to your voice instructions. Maybe with 4G, the speed is lower, the reaction is slower. And with 4G, the response is not so immediate. But with 5G, the response will be so rapid. And this is the change we can feel. Maybe we have the same equipment, but with 5G, the speed will be higher. And we have the camera. The camera can be connected. And previously, we didn't have the chance to test the download speed. Later on, we can have a test, have a feeling. And this is the cameras and other equipment developed by Suning. And we have the connection of the microphone, the sound equipment on the television. We do not need a remote controller, and I can call the television, and the television will react. And if I go out to work, I can use my mobile phone. I can voice my instructions, and the stove will be working, will cook for me, and the air conditioner will be turned on while I was still at work. And it is rather simple. For previously, the voice instructions will be delayed. It will take a long time to search for a certain piece of music or certain piece of film. But with 5G, we can have higher speed. And 5G can also be combined with auto driving. And would you elaborate on this combination of 5G and the vehicles? And for auto driving, it is a familiar concept, but previously the auto driving is undertaken under a certain speed limit. But only with 5G we can have a higher response speed, and 5G has an advantage in the connectivity. With higher speed of 5G, we can have more responsible speed, and there will be more chances to avoid the accidents. With higher speed, we can avoid the delay in decision making in the connection, and this will reduce the accident. And this is a boost to auto driving. And in driving, we have certain application scenes. And previously, the navigation is done on the mobile phone. But with 5G, the navigation can be shown on a screen on board this vehicle. So this is also one advantage for 5G application. And we still have a broad potential for exploration in 5G. And if we talk about vehicle, and now we may buy clothes on Taobao. We cannot try the clothes on, but with 5G, my size will be uploaded. I think it is just like for the girls, they want to try the clothes on in the real stores, but with 5G, anything can be shown on your mobile phone. We can have the imaging of your body to match the clothes, and you can see whether the clothes looks good on you or not. If I put in my size, and I will have the image on the screen, it doesn't require me to take on the clothes physically. So we have much more space for imagination. So I cannot tell for sure. From 3G to 4G, we didn't expect the short video or the e-payment. But from 4G to 5G, it is similar. We will have a bright prospect for the consumer supplier or terminal supplier. We look forward to 5G as fast as possible. With 5G platform, we can give the full play to our imagination to improve our lives and to fundamentally change the society. We want to build more and more experience centers like this one, and the citizens in Shanghai and in this country can have the first-hand experience of 5G scenes. And 800 stores of Suning in Shanghai is building such experience centers. And we want to have a test of 5G. We will see whether it is okay for the test. We will use this for the test. It is similar, one for 5G, one for 4G. To download a video game about 2